Houghton Lake Historical Village contains 11 restored 1800s buildings. These buildings include the schoolroom. It's an original hand-hewn log schoolhouse built in 1876 to serve the children of Edna, now named Prudenville. The blacksmith shop. Inside the shop, the tools of the blacksmith, as well as some of the items that the smithy would have produced, are on display. A doctor's office and pharmacy, along with a barber shop.
Ow! I think it's time to sharpen those.
The homestead was originally set to resemble a homestead that would have been built around 1900 to 1925. And a chapel. This charming historical chapel was built the old-fashioned way, by community effort, and it can accommodate 35 people. It is available for modern-day weddings and other services. Chapels like this one were often the center of life in the village. And of course, there's a general store. There were many other interesting buildings and museums here. Every year, on the first weekend of August, a Village Day festival is held in the historical village. During Village Days, a historic site comes alive with demonstrations, guides in period costumes, and all buildings are open and operating. There are also numerous crafts and musical demonstrations. The village is open Fridays and Saturdays from Memorial through Labor Day. Barney Kalka was the Michigan State Firemen's Association president. As president, he believed one of his duties was to visit fire service members to determine what their problems and concerns were, so the association could try to address some of them, and to do something to honor the past, present, and future men and women for their unselfish dedication and commitment from the threat and ravages of fire. Thus, the idea of a memorial statue. With so many things to do, it didn't matter if this was a cool day, we could still enjoy the history that made this area famous. We would end the historic journey part of our trip at the Civilian Conservation Corps Museum located at North Higgins Lake State Park. Here, the park interpreter took us on a guided tour, starting with the fire towers and how they affected the change from seeing smoke in the woods to being able to spot it before it got out of control. In an effort to put America back to work during the Great Depression, the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, enrolled more than 100,000 young Michigan men to perform a variety of conservation and reforestation projects. Between 1933 and 1942, the Michigan CCC planted over 484 million trees, spent 140,000 days fighting forest fires, and constructed 7,000 miles of truck trails, 504 bridges, and 222 buildings. Their accomplishments also revitalized the Michigan State Park system, helping to establish Isle Royale National Park and improve campgrounds in Michigan's national forest. The CCC fought fires, built the state parks that we enjoy today, built roads and many wildlife refuges such as the Seney, where they turned 95,000 acres of marshland into a domicile for migratory waterfowl.